Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be a bit of a different stream than what it normally is. I'm going to try to, that's not saying no jokes. There will be no humor experienced in this stream, but this is going to be a largely informational video or stream. For some of you it's a stream, for most of you it's a video on the VOD channel in the future. But I'm going to link to this in my upcoming The Binding of Isaac game-breaking guide, which is not a beginner's guide. This also has nothing to do with the game The Beginner's Guide by... Oh, what's his fucking name? Oh, it would have been a lot... Just imagine I knew the guy's name and then you'll laugh. But, basically, this is just going to be a quick run-through of, like, what the game's mechanics are. It might not actually be quick, it might be like 4 hours. Because this game is insanely complicated. So, let me know if the sound and the frames are okay. It looks like the frames are okay. I haven't been able to stream in a few days because the frames haven't been okay, but I lowered the bitrate, so if you're thinking, this looks maybe 0.05% lower quality, then you are spot on. But, anyway. So this is The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, so this is with all of the DLC that currently exists on today, which is the 28th of October 2019. For future historians. Sound looks good, cool. But this is with all the expansions that currently exist at time of recording, but you probably won't have these if you're just like, I want to check out the game and like see if I like it first, so it might be a little different for you, but hopefully not too different. I don't know if I can actually like disable the DLC, but it's far too late for me to be figuring that out now. So I'm going to start a new file. We haven't really ever seen any stuff in this file, but this is going to be a complete, like I'm gonna really describe like all the basics. So this is going to go at even more of a snail's pace than it normally does. So, main menu is pretty basic. We won't go into challenges, but they're basically just little fun bonus modes, or like bonus levels, we'll call them. Mods, I don't have any on right now. I just have the mod config menu, which I guess I could take off. I'm just going to be starting off basic. You can mod this game, that's something that was added in Afterbirth Plus. Stats is just all your stuff, like all the things you've done, and options is options. I mean, you've seen games. So, anyway, I'm glad the game is actually working, and I hope it continues to work. Knock on wood. Sorry, I just knocked on the wood that my microphone is sitting on, so that probably didn't sound great. Anyway, you get to choose, so this is a roguelike game, you get to choose what character you play, or you can go random if you're truly crazy. But right now, all we have unlocked is good old Isaac, the classic. So all these other ones you unlock by doing certain conditions. And I think I'll do like a couple runs in this save file where I don't have anything unlocked, and then I'll move to my, more, like, beefed out. I don't have a completed save file on this. That's how much shit there is to unlock in this game. But yeah, so this is the gameplay. It's the way you move around is I'm using keyboard right now, even though I typically use controller. But that's like a weird thing. Like most people use keyboard for this game. So WASD to move around, up and down and left and right arrows to shoot your tiers. It's like a twin stick shooter type configuration. You press E to use a bomb and spacebar to use your item. But I have one bomb, as you'll see up in the corner here. Top right, but I'm not going to waste it right now. We'll show it off later. This is a heart pickup. I'm at full health though, so I don't need it. So yeah, basically, if you've ever played the original Legend of Zelda, this must look at least a little familiar, or just any Zelda game. It's kind of like a dungeon roguelike simulator, except everything's really fucked up and it's not Zelda. So everything's randomized. The game takes the way that it puts these rooms down. Like this room isn't completely randomized. It's just a random room formation that was already like pre-baked, and they just chose it from like a list. And yeah, just shoot the tears at your enemies. I know it doesn't make sense that crying on enemies should hurt them. So this is a treasure room, and this is our first item, and it's a real stinker of an item, I gotta say. Oh, did I already fuck up left and right? Yeah, get used to that. That's gonna happen a lot. So there's a lot to cover here, but this is a treasure room. There's one guaranteed on every floor, up till a certain point, and then you stop getting them. And they always have an item in them. And this one gives me magnetic tears, which basically means enemies are attracted to my tears, as well as items and shit. And so we can demonstrate it on this heart. It basically just fucks with everything and makes everything more unpredictable, which is not great. It's not a great item. So that treasure chest, even though it has a keyhole on it, it did not cost any keys to open. You'll note I don't have any keys. These brown ones just open just if you bump into them, and they usually have like a mild reward in them. Like you'll see I got a pill, which is down in the bottom right corner. I made the L's with my hands. I did the thing. I'm gonna grab this bomb too. So the pills are a bit hard to explain, but anything that's down in this bottom right corner is a consumable that you use once, and then it goes away. Pills, as you can see, I can't tell what it does until I actually use it, so I'm going to hit Q to use that. That gave me a range up, so one of my stats upgraded. Oh yeah, also, I guess I should mention, extra HUD is the thing on the side here. You're probably going to want that so you can see your stats at any given time. You don't want to turn that off. Or wait, which one is it? Found HUD, there we go. Yeah, the extra HUD is your items over on the right side, which I also like to have. And then found HUD is the one that gives you your stats. Charge bars are not really great, but they're fine. So yeah, so pills have a random effect. It doesn't. So now if we get that same color of pill again, it'll be the same effect. So it'll be another range up. But then if we were in a different run, it would not still be a range up probably. Like it would be something different. Put a bomb here. Okay, that was a pretty good payout, so we just got 3 coins and a bomb. This is a trinket, so this is a really goofy trinket. We're getting some poopy items. So trinkets are like a passive item, but you can only hold one at a time. You'll see it in the bottom left here. Make the L's. So you'll note that my tears now do a really janky, like zigzag pattern. That's because of that worm, and if I hold down the control button, I can drop that at any time. And if I pick up another trinket, it'll automatically drop the one that I'm holding. Okay, so this is a room with 2 keys. Sadly, we can't use one bomb to get both of them. Yeah, sad. Just sad. Let's see, what else am I missing? So this door is clearly locked. It's not really expedient to go in there right now, but that's probably, I guarantee that's a shop. So the things that you're guaranteed on each floor, at least at the beginning of the game, are the treasure room, the one with the crown that gives you an item, the boss room, which takes you to the next floor after you beat a boss, that's what's on the left here, and a shop, which is on the right. But there can be other, sometimes you can't see what's inside a locked room. You'll note on my map up in the top right, it just has a little key there. It technically could be a library if there were 2 locked doors on this floor, but since there's only one and you're guaranteed a shop every time, that means it's a shop. Go. Okay, so this is a boss. Oh wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. So this is Larry Jr. I guess I should keep talking. There's so much of this shit that just becomes like second nature that I don't even think to talk about it. But yeah, he's basic shit. He's got a health bar at the bottom. All these dudes share a health bar. They slide around and you'll note that they're making poops. Some enemies do that. You can destroy poops just by crying on them, just like in real life. I have pretty awful damage right now, so it's taking forever, but usually this boss is a complete chump. And also you'll note that the magnetic tears are making it so that he's zooping towards me and hitting me a lot more often, like there. Normally they don't lunge out of their lanes like that, but the magnetic tears are so awful that they make it do that. And normally, poop has a chance to drop something, but when it's a poop that's been spawned by an enemy, it actually, I don't think it has a chance to drop anything. So this is, every time you beat a boss, you get an item and you get a gate to the next floor, which is basically the next level. Right now we're on basement 1. I'll try to list them off the top of my head. I think it goes basement 1, basement 2, caves 1, caves 2, then like depths 1, depths 2, and then there's a shit ton more after that. But those are like the basic ones. That's the road to Mom, which is the final boss of like the base game. So, this is an item. It's the belly button. It gave us a trinket. A dim bulb, which is actually pretty good. It kind of takes a bit to explain. But, oh yeah, so the belly button actually gave me space for 2 trinkets. So normally, if I hadn't have got that belly button and I had picked up the dim bulb, which is impossible, but whatever, it would have booted the Zoop worm out of my inventory, but now I can hold both of them, because I have a belly button to store it in. So yeah, once you beat the boss, sometimes it's good to just like go check on the floor for things that you missed. I'll briefly go over secret rooms. So, I guess first off, sometimes when you break pots, they're kind of like rocks, except they have a higher chance of having stuff inside them. So those 2 just gave me spiders because they're dick holes, and also now I don't have a bomb to check with the secret room. But basically, secret rooms can show up just like in Zelda, except they don't have like a crack in the wall. If you ever see a crack in the wall, it's nothing like this over here is nothing. That's not a secret or anything. They're always going to be in the center of the wall, and typically they're going to be 2 secret rooms on each floor. One of them's a lot easier to find because it's like touching a lot more walls of rooms. So there's going to be 1 normal secret room. I guess I should have checked over here actually to be optimal. But because I don't think they can be bordering the boss room, or I don't think the boss room counts as a border. But if it's an empty space like the one on the side over here, that's bordering 3 different rooms, that makes it the most likely to have the normal secret room. And then the extra secret room is probably right here. If I put a bomb right here, it'll only be bordering 1 room, usually. Sometimes it's just in a random fucking place, but usually it's near the boss and only bordering a single room, and that one can have, like, extra secret stuff. Extra secret. Yeah, so, okay, we're progressing to the next floor. It'll give you a little cutscene, and up there at the top is the amount of worlds that the game currently has. When you beat this game multiple times, it adds more and more levels. Which is kind of good, because it's a difficulty curve. But somebody's asking about the timer at the top and the score. There are certain... Well, I think they were just asking about the score. But I'll explain both. The timer is... You'll note that my score is slowly going down as time progresses. The score is just for... Basically, like... I mean, it's like in Mario Bros. Like, you just... You know, if you want to get a good score, then it's there. They do these things called daily runs, which is where they take a single seed, which is hard to explain, but those letters there that say LYSN2NLK, those are basically the code, or the basis from which the whole randomization of each run is generated. So if you type in the same seed, you'll get the exact same randomized run. People like to do daily runs, which are a run where you try to get the highest score on the leaderboard on a run of the same seed, so that everybody has the same chance for it, you know? So yeah, the score doesn't matter overall. The timer actually does affect gameplay in a couple of ways. There are some later bosses that are only accessible if you get to that point in the game under a certain time, but I don't think we even have access to either of those. We might have access to one, but I'm certainly not going to get it with this fucking loadout. So, I think the first treasure room is free on the first floor, but every subsequent floor they're going to be locked. This treasure room has enemies in it, because fuck you, I guess. Sometimes, like, treasure rooms usually won't have anything too crazy in them, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they'll force you to take damage or, like, waste a bomb. So Contagion, I think this one makes it so when I kill an enemy, it makes like a gas cloud that damages other enemies. That's that orange cloud there that just destroyed all those flies. Okay, and you may notice my stats. Oh, my stats on the left are changing sometimes. Like I just gained 35%, like Satan percent. It would seem when I entered this room. That is the chance to get those ones that have crosses next to them are the chances to get an angel or devil room. I'll let you guess which one refers to which. But basically at the end of a floor, once you beat a boss, if you have a percentage chance, if I had like 36% like I do now, and the game will use that to determine if a double room shows up, which is basically just like a bonus room with like some items that you can buy in exchange for heart containers. Yeah, I know it sounds complicated, because it is. It is complicated. And there's a shit ton more like complicated rules having to do with devil deal chance. But like I said, it'll become clearer over time. Okay, this room is a little stupid. If you injure yourself on these spikes in the center, it has a chance to like give you rewards, and that is also insanely complicated. You can exploit that room really well when you have like a bunch of health that you just have like lying around. Fuck. But it's really complicated, and I won't get into it right now because that's not really a basic mechanic. Basically, you get shit if you hurt yourself on that. This is a mini-boss. That was a mini-boss. They're all based on the 7 sins. Or at least there's like a set of mini-bosses that are based on the 7 sins. And there's like super versions of each one. And I think they appear on later floors, but I'm not sure. So yeah, taking damage affects my devil deal chance, you'll notice. So when I took damage upon entering this room, which this is a similar thing to the other spike room, when you enter this one, you take half a heart of damage, but there's potentially a reward inside, and I got fucked over. It was just nothing. I got nothing. So that was just nothing. But I think the way it works is when you enter a new room, you gain 35% devil chance, and then once you get hit, it goes down. And when you start a floor, I think you start out with 100%. So anyway, the card that I picked up is the Hierophant. All the tarot cards are in the game, and there's like some other... Oh, fucking hell. Shut up! Phone? Making me scared. Making me scared. Alright. So, anyway. Hierophant is a tarot card. If we use it, it's another single-use item. It's not like pills where you have to figure out what they do or if it's randomized or anything. That one always gives you 2 soul hearts. Fucking robocalls, am I right? They gotta fix that shit. Okay, I'm gonna go in the shop even though I probably can't get anything. Oh my god. Definitely can't. So something I actually kind of forgot about. When you start the game, the shop is really pitiful. It only has 2 fucking items in it. And that's another thing that sort of upgrades over time, is that your shop will have more items in it. So this has been kind of a bad floor. If I had bombs here, I could get both of those coins and bombs. You'll note, I can't get to it right now, but 2 blocks above me and 1 to the right, you'll note that there's a block that's like slightly tinted blue, and it's got an X on it. That's a tinted rock, and if you blow that up, it will give you some sort of bonus or some sort of item. It can occasionally just spawn a troll bomb like I got in that other room. Which basically, troll bombs, you can't pick them up, and they'll hurt you if they explode on you. It's just like it replaces a normal drop of a bomb that normally you would be able to pick up, except it's just like, hey, fuck you. Sometimes they can work out, though. But if you destroy that, you'll get a bonus. Of some sort. Maybe. So this is... Sometimes boss rooms can be small like this and really fuck you over. And you'll note that this guy normally doesn't move like this. He like hops around, yeah, like that. But because I have this stupid magnetic tears item, it's dragging him towards me at all times. Which is making this a lot harder than it needs to be. This is another pretty easy boss, but I'm taking a lot of damage, and I'm not going to get a double deal unless I get really, really lucky. I think you always have 1% chance to get a double deal. Okay, so there's our first unlock. I think that's just from beating Monstro for the first time. But, so if I had not already unlocked the achievement for it on Steam, I also would have got the achievement there. But, basically, killed Monstro, and now there's a spacebar item out there that could be randomly put into my game. That would summon Monstro, and he, like, comes down and stomps on an enemy. It's not that great. It's a terrible item, but whatever. Yeah, the donation machine is how you upgrade things in the shop. I guess I can go toss a couple coins in that. Also, that boss item that I got was not great. It just increased my speed by a little bit. This is a donation machine. It just, like, I think you get unlocks as you donate. And if you try to donate too many coins, it will jam the machine, which kind of sucks. But, like, now it's got 5 coins in it. When you fill it up all the way, it will explode into, like 12 dimes or some shit. But there's really no point in, like, bursting it unless you're just doing it to get the unlocks. And it does have a ton of unlocks, like, linked to it. So you'll note I hurt myself on the sacrifice room spikes, and I didn't even get anything. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you just don't get lucky. I think every unlock does have an achievement attached to it, yeah. I think. There might be, like, a few, like a handful that aren't. But they're probably some weird special case. Okay, so there's Contagion. At least Contagion is helping me out a little bit. Doesn't help at all on bosses. You'll see I just lost my 99% double chance. Oh yeah, the caffeine pill gave me another random pill, so I'm gonna use that. God damn it, so this one just makes you invincible for a little bit. I'm going to use it to get over the spikes of this room, but if I take damage in here at all, I'm completely fucked, because I need to sacrifice half a heart to get out of here. There's a troll bomb, I'm just going to get out of here. You'll note that was a bigger troll bomb than the other one that we saw. The big one's seek you, because extra fuck you. I'm going to use this because I really want that heart. Okay, this is a good room to explain a couple mechanics. So that's a beggar in the center. I mean, I don't have any coins right now, but clearly he's holding up a sign that says coins. So if you give him coins, he will give you stuff. But the way that we get to him, it kind of seems like, oh, how do you get to him? You can't cross the gaps, and there's gaps on all sides of him. If you blow up a rock in such a way that it falls into a chasm, then that makes a little bridge, and then you can go in and interact with him. Although, I don't have any coins. So, kind of pointless, kind of a waste of a bomb. But it's not a waste, because we're educating the children of today on how to play the Binding of Isaacs. So these guys in particular can go fuck right off with the magnet upgrade, because they are already normally slowly creeping towards you at all times. That with the magnet effect on top of it is just awful. So the dim bulb, by the way, the trinket that I picked up, I think makes it so that I get a bunch of stat boosts if I am holding a spacebar item that's not charged. Which we haven't found any spacebar items yet, but basically it's a item that you use once and then you have to recharge it by doing rooms. And there are other ways to charge them, but doing rooms is like the traditional way. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna drop this worm, to be honest. The worm is not great. We've memed long enough. Okay, those guys shoot out like a spread shot of tears when they die. And this is, so... I'm not gonna go through like every single item description and like every single like enemy type and shit, but basically the strat is learn the patterns of every enemy and learn their behaviors, that just makes it a lot easier to manage things in this game. And there are 2 resources that I would highly suggest that I guess I'll link in the VOD, or in like the description of the VOD. And if you're watching live, then you got fucking Google. But they're called the Isaac Wiki, which, you know, just search Isaac Wiki on Google, and platinumgod.co.uk. Just type that into your URL bar, and they're really good resources that tell you like how a lot of the mechanics of the game specifically work, how specific items work, and shit like that. So this is a fun item. It's a little passive, so there's, or what do you call it, a familiar. It's also a passive, but so now there's a little guy following me, and whenever there are enemies in the room, he will attack them for me. And I think he'll apply like a fear effect to them, which makes it so they run away from me, which is really incongruous with the magnet power-up, but whatever. Okay, so I was talking about secret rooms. You would think that the most likely place for a secret room would be right down below me, but you'll see there's actually a rut. There's like a gutter here. So you can't reach the wall there, which means it's actually impossible for there to be a devil room there. Oh, and there's another gap right here. Or not a devil room, a secret room. So, if I had to guess... Oh, it actually won't be here either, because the center of the wall is blocked off by a thing. So I'm guessing it's down... Oh, actually, it might not be in any sort of conventional place where it's touching 3 walls. I don't know if the curse room counts, but it could be here. There you go. So there's the secret room. This is not a great one, but we got some more bombs for our money. Or for our bomb, rather. And also, this could allow... If I bombed right here, it could allow free passage into the curse room without taking damage, which you normally couldn't do in original Binding of Isaac. Okay, so now Little Haunt is gonna go fuck up the little goons, and I'm probably still gonna die to Chub, because holy shit, look how little damage I'm doing. I'll just take care of the creeps. You do the heavy lifting, Little Haunt. More bang for your bang, if you will. So yeah, the fear effect is making him run away from me, his instincts are making him run towards me, and the magnet is literally pulling him towards me. So, a lot of things are happening right now. It's making it a little difficult to manage. But we got through it. A lot of the strat is just to keep moving with a lot of these enemies, especially ones that like charge at you like that, which Chub is known to do. Ah, this is a great one. So look at my stats over on the left side of the screen. I had to make the L's with my hands. This is all stats up, which, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, that was all of our stats. That was not 3 of our stats, that was all of our stats. Shut up. So, finally, I got an item that actually gave me some fucking damage, and it gave me a health up, and, like, speed up, and a couple other things. So I guess I'm gonna go for the super secret room. People were noting that, yeah, you can blow this guy up, and I think blowing up shopkeepers also gives you a higher chance, but it increases your devil room chance. I'm not so sure about the shopkeepers thing, actually. Don't take that as gospel. But if I had to guess, I would say the uber secret room would be right here. Yep. Oh, hey, so this is... there's an enemy in this room. We heard that laughter. That means there's going to be a hand that's going to come down from the sky and try to fuck us up. And the other way that you can tell, if you have your like volume off, if the door ever like caves in on its own once you walk into a room, that means there are enemies in the room, just generally. But this is a cool, like glitchy looking room. Basically, it's just a skin for a bonus room. But it's reminiscent of the I Am Error room, which we might cover today, but it's a very secret room that you literally can't access by normal means without teleporting to it. And this is a nickel. It is 5 cents. And there's dimes, and those are 10 cents. So I think that's about it. Yeah, I could go to the shop. Fuck it, I've only got 9 cents. Yeah, you can also see the shadow of the hand coming down from the ceiling. You just have to keep moving for those. Okay, so now we're on Caves 2. Doing pretty good. I feel like it'll just be... I'll just do this one run, and then, I'll go on to my save file that has more shit unlocked. Do you guys... is there anybody who has any questions? Trying to think. Oh, this door down on the bottom here requires 2 keys to open, because it's got 2 locks on it. Explosive diarrhea! Okay, so that's a random pill effect that spawns a bunch of active bombs, which are essentially the same as troll bombs. You know what, yeah, I want to save the keys for the treasure room, actually. These guys you can't damage until they, like, poke their head out to shoot you, which is kind of annoying, but whatever, they're not that bad. What does the beggar do? I guess I never really talked about that. If you give them coins, they will give you stuff, basically, is the gist of it. Like, it's not ever like a set amount. It's not like if you give them 3 coins, then they'll give you a pill or whatever. But they'll give you random things for random amounts of coins. They usually give you at least something after like 3 or 4 coins, generally. I don't know why, but I had the instinct to bomb that wall. Mushrooms are kind of like blocks, except they actually have a chance to drop specifically mushroom-related items. Yeah, there are also multiple different beggars. So there's ones that will accept keys, and the ones that accept keys drop only chests for whatever reason. And then there are bomb beggars that drop bomb-related items. There are devil beggars that take hearts. And I think that's it, yeah. To make an angel room more likely to spawn, you need to get a devil deal and then go into the room and not buy anything. Which sometimes you'll just want to do normally because some devil deals are shit. Oh yeah, and blowing up mushrooms can also make a poison cloud. Or like an explosion that will hurt you, so be wary. There's an effect that makes it so you destroy blocks when you walk over them, and that makes mushrooms kind of dangerous. Oh, this is a fucked up room. So these enemies are unkillable, you just have to like get through here. Look at this shit. I never get through that room without taking damage. And I've played this game for ages. Like, I don't know what the strat is for that room. There must be a strat that lets you get through that room without taking damage, but it's fucked. I think it might just be to go really fast. So with angel rooms, they're basically like a devil room, except you don't have to pay for the item. It'll offer you maybe 1 or 2 items, but you can only take 1. And sometimes angel rooms will be really shitty. Like, sometimes they'll just have, like, fucking, like, 3 coins or some shit. They're basically a free bonus rather than a paid bonus, like you get in the devil room. And there are also certain items that can fuck with your devil or angel room chance, like, really hard. Some of them guarantee it. Some of them make it so you'll never get certain deals for certain rooms. It's complicated, as usual. Okay, so as you can see, there are 2 locked rooms on this floor, so that means that one of them is probably a library. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm just gonna damage boost through there. Fuck it. And, oh, this one, actually, right, that's a double locked one, so that could be a bedroom. This is a shop. So this machine, if you bomb it or give a coin to it, it'll re-roll. Well, if you give a coin to it, it's kind of like Beggar, where it has a chance to re-roll every time you give a coin to it. Bombs guarantee a re-roll. I don't think I'm going to get anything but hearts and an item. So I'm actually gonna demonstrate. So this room over here on the left-hand side is it's like a super challenge room. There's a couple different kinds of challenge rooms, but this one specifically won't open unless you're at. You can tell because it's a bloody dagger on the map. If you're at 1 red heart or lower, that's the only time that the door will be open. So actually, this is kind of, we just got a lot at once here. But this is a black heart. It basically is like a heart container, except it doesn't show up. It doesn't fill a heart container. It just adds one on top of the heart containers that you already have. So I'm actually going to grab that and go out here. It doesn't actually count towards whether or not this door is open or not. So I could have like 5 or 6 different black hearts or soul hearts, which are essentially the same thing. And this room wouldn't care just so long as I only have 1 red heart or lower. And then I can go in, grab the worst reward ever, and fight 3 fucking bosses. Because life is pain. Okay, could we cool it with somebody being a cunt in chat because I'm not going into the details? This is a beginner's guide. If you're here looking for like an incredibly detailed guide of every single mechanic all at once, kindly fuck off. Oh, that was good. This is so this is Peep. He drops his eyes over the course of the fight and they like bounce around the room. Fun fact, his P shot is actually unavoidable. My little haunt is not really getting the hint to go attack this guy. You kind of need to get close to enemies for the passive to do the thing. Okay, so that was a soul heart. It's kind of like a black heart, but black hearts, they just hurt everyone in the room whenever you take damage. Or whenever you lose a black heart, rather. So just taking half of a black heart of damage doesn't trigger the effect. Trying to see, maybe I can bomb into this room. Look down here. Oh god. Okay, well, fuck. Alright, I'm glad I was on the money. So now I can actually bomb my way into that room that I needed 2 keys for. Okay, oh god. So this is a little complicated, but this is actually going to reset the entire floor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take these items, oh god. I just realized Strange Attractor applies to your bombs, too. It just, like, sucked the bomb towards it. You know what, I'm going to go beat the boss and then come back to use this. So basically, when you walk onto this, when you walk onto this, it will trigger an effect depending on how many pips there are on the dice. But this one, it gives you a little hint. There's a little etching you'll see right next to my character, like right here, of a little pill here. That's the Forget Me Now, which is an item that does the exact same thing. So I know it's not the sort of hint that would like inform you if you don't know about the Forget Me Now, but there are little reminders. Somebody was saying I always have to Google these. Somebody says, what does each number mean for the dice rooms? I don't remember all of them. I seriously don't. I know that the 5 is it starts the floor over, and a 6 is just a D100 reroll. I don't remember the rest of them. I usually have to look at the little like hint that it has. Yeah, I guess I could mention this. If you do have Afterbirth Plus, so you have modding activated, there is a mod that gives you item descriptions. So basically, like, you have the little bit of flavor text in this game when you get an item, but sometimes it's not very descriptive, and sometimes it doesn't really actually tell you what the item does. Like this one I think will just say like range and luck up or some shit, yeah. So that one's pretty descriptive, but sometimes you need a little more, and there's a mod that basically makes it so a better description shows up whenever you go near an item. However, I think if you have mods on, you won't be able to unlock achievements unless you've beaten the boss Mom's Heart, or it might be It Lives. Something about, I don't remember exactly where it happens, but you might want to hold off on doing mods until you've unlocked a certain amount of stuff, because before that point, using mods makes it so you can't unlock shit. So, somebody said, heart? You okay? So, some hearts beat faster than others, just like in real life. The ones that beat really fast run away from you for whatever reason, because this game is an asshole. So you either need to chase them down or corner them like that. But they do have a visual difference. Okay, so this is our first Devil Deal room that we've actually seen. So I'm debating taking one of these, but basically I would have to pay a soul heart. Yeah, the Dark Bum is pretty good. I feel like this is not going to be a one run anyway. Might as well grab this. So that is going to make my Devil Deal chance 100%, which is pretty decent. But basically, you'll note I had 4 heart containers, now I have 3. That's how that shit works. And now I don't think I will be able to get an angel room. So I'm going to walk onto that. It's going to reset the floor. I actually don't remember if it... I don't think it's a complete repeat of the floor. It's just a newly randomly generated floor. So, this thing is kind of fun. You can re-roll your appearance, so a lot of items change your appearance in some way. This just gives you a random combination of appearances from items that you have right now. It's just kind of silly. Okay, now... oh no! I'm Skeletor. And if you blow it up, it'll give you pills, or it actually has a 1% chance to give you an item that's related to Mom. Amnesia! That's like the worst pill. That removes your map for the whole floor. It sucks. It sucks. Okay, so you'll see now we got a second explosive diarrhea pill, so now we can tell what it is before we actually take it. Which is good, because then we can actually use it to, like, damage enemies. Here, I'll try. Let's try right here. Okay, it wasn't terrible. Usually a better use of that would be to use it on, like, blocks or something to, like, get to a treasure chest. But, you know, we're demonstrating the principle. Okay, so you may notice, hey, wait, this guy was a boss earlier. Or at least the bloody ones. Actually, the like, plain snake that I murdered and turned into smaller snakes was just a normal enemy. But those were bosses. On later floors, you start to see early floor bosses just showing up. But usually, you've got enough damage to actually deal with them at that point. So Amnesia sucks. Like, not having a map, in my opinion, really sucks. Because... especially on a larger floor where there's a lot of rooms, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm very forgetful, and I constantly forget where shit is. There's a baby going absolutely fucking nuts outside. Okay, so normally I would have to walk through this room, but Strange Attractor, for once in my life, is going to improve the game. Okay, so that was a telepill. That just randomly teleports you to a room on the floor. It's pretty cool. And it has so I was talking about the I Am Error room earlier. Any teleportation item also has a 1% chance to take you to the error room, which is like a really uber secret room. So, you know, keep that in mind. Also, you'll note when I stepped on the 5 pip dice, I didn't really mention this, it reset the floor and I kept the items that I got on the first run of that floor. So I still have the goat head and the pearls and all that shit. Which is why that's a good thing. It basically gives you the rewards of 2 floors. So this is an arcade. I paid a coin to get into it, and it's basically just got a bunch of little vendors in here. This one takes half a red heart and gives you 1 or 2 coins at random. This is a devil beggar, like I was talking about earlier. You can actually cheese them, so normally this is an advanced strat, but if you bump into these guys, you guys know about damage boosting, which is basically just using the invincible frames after you get hurt to like exploit something. But basically, if you hurt yourself on this guy and then really quickly do it again, you can actually... Oh, well, okay, that time it didn't work because he put an item out. But you can typically get a little extra. You can hit him while you're still invincible. So I just fed him 2 halves of a red heart, even though it only actually expended 1. Sadly, it doesn't work if he does the little, like, animation where he's, like, grunting, like, fucking pushing out an item. This is a pretty damn good item. I think it just makes it so that when I get hit, there's a random chance for a soul heart to spawn. This guy's a shell beggar. You'll see he put a heart underneath one of the shells. If you pick the wrong shell, it's a fly. Oh, that's an actual item. So the fly with a heart above it is Skatole, which is a decent item that makes flies friendly to you. Fries friendly. But yeah, this guy's usually kind of a waste of time, to be honest. He can give you stuff, but honestly, normal beggars are just plain more expedient. There's Breakfast, my mortal enemy. It gives you HP up. That was a pretty decent gain. We got Gimpy and a little extra health from that fight. Explain the black market and crawl space. Well, we haven't seen one yet. But basically when you destroy a rock in this game, there's a chance, I don't know what the chance is, but there's a very low chance for there to be a trapdoor underneath it, just like Zelda. And you go into a little room where it's like a pseudo-platformer, just like Zelda. Oh, those mushrooms give us pills, by the way. That's another thing they can drop. Tears up! Health down! Fuck! Okay, we got one good thing and one bad thing, and now we know what both of those pills do. That negates the breakfast that we got earlier. But basically, there could be a trapdoor underneath any rock, and either it will be a little room just like in Zelda 1 that'll give you a little bonus item, or it will be a black market, which is a little room where you can run off to the side, and it's basically a double deal type shop where you trade in hearts for items, except it's like just a normal shop beggar sitting there instead of Satan. But I think if you take black market deals, it still counts as taking a double deal. I'm not sure on that, though. For an explanation of breakfasting, y'all are going to want to wait for the full video. I have like a full, like, typed out segment explaining what breakfasting is. Because it's kind of complicated. It's a little more, I don't know, esoteric of a thing to talk about, but I have an explanation for it. That'll just have to be the teaser. Ooh, hey, wow. Speaking of crawl spaces, this trinket is directly related to crawl spaces. So this will make it so that when you're looking at rocks, let's see if any of these do it. It's very likely that they won't. But if there are rocks that have something underneath them, they'll gleam every once in a while. They'll like glint white. So this actually makes it easier to find crawl spaces. I don't even remember if I've gone to the shop, but I'm going to go to it. That's what the hermit does. Oh, there's a tinted rock. So sometimes when you go into the shop, it will be a fight with Greed, the mini-boss. When he hits you, you lose coins, or you drop coins. I think you lose 2 coins, but only drop 1, so it's like a net loss, even though you can pick it back up. But that basically makes it so, fuck you, you don't get a shop that floor, which is kind of fun. But, so you'll note the glint happens on this tinted rock, which normally we could tell this is a tinted rock anyway. There we go. But, just in case, I don't know, just in case you don't see them. Some tinted rocks, later on, tinted rocks get a lot harder to spot in some later floors. So let's see if there's any in here. I don't think... I don't know how long the period of time is between glints. I don't even remember if I've gone down here. See, this is why Amnesia sucks. Oh, hey. Free pentagram. That's just a straight damage up. Good shit. Good damage up. It was worth it. Oh, and I got a soul heart from Gimpy. Alright, so we've finally got a fucking spacebar item. This is Shoop da Whoop, a meme from 10 billion years ago. And, well, I'll have to use it on a boss. But, it's... You'll note that it has 2 green bars next to it. Those are the number of rooms of charge that it needs. I think I've done just about everything on this floor. I just need to find the boss. Sorry, I'm totally stumbling around because of amnesia. But, basically, it'll shoot out a massive laser, like you'd expect. I'm just checking to see if these rocks are gonna glint at me. Somebody said the amount of time is 10 seconds. I'm inclined to believe that. So yeah, a lot of the items in this game are like jokes or references. Oh, here, let me show you something off. So, I should have actually saved this power pill for when the Devil Beggar was there as well. But the power pill makes you invincible, like we said. So if you use it when you're next to one of these machines, it'll actually make it so you can just get free money from it during the period where you're invincible. And hey, what do you know, we got another spacebar item. So this one is just like the blood bank, except it's portable. You press spacebar once, and it gets rid of half a red heart. And it gives you a coin or 2 or 3, I think. And you'll note that one doesn't have any room charge, so we could just use this as many times as we wanted. But I'm actually going to leave it behind for the far superior item, the Shoop da Whoop. But the IV bag can actually lead to broken item combinations. I'll be covering that in the full guide as well. Where the fuck is the boss? Over here? No. Oh, you'll note, this is kind of interesting, even the rubble of rocks that are shiny will continue to shine, like the one right under my feet here. Shine. There we go. It's kind of silly. Okay. Umbilical cord is not a great item, or not a great trinket. It makes it so when you're at half a red heart, it makes little familiar appear. It's kind of like Little Haunt, except they're like tethered to your body. So... You know what, I'm just going to demonstrate this. Batteries fully recharge your spacebar item. I'll use my laser. Oh, that also gives you a stat upgrade for the room? What? I never knew that. Okay, but picking up the battery fully charges... Oh no, that was the dim bulb. I'm an idiot. I was like, what? Is the Shoop da Whoop amazing? Oh. I totally forgot I had that trinket. Silly. So that's, yeah, so now when I have no item charge, completely empty item charge, it gives me a lot of stat upgrades. So we got a double deal because we have the goat head, so we're guaranteed a double deal no matter what. These are not great items. That one makes it so that for the current floor you see all secret rooms, so I'll have to go back and check those out. And that makes my fucking tears go down. These are not great items. This one's a passive, this one's a space bar. I don't feel like even talking about Guppy transformation right now. Let's just go do this. Here's another super secret room filled with cards. You may be thinking, wait, that one's half of a dice, but it does the same thing as a card. Or it has the same properties as a card, rather. Okay, so Judgment. That's good. That makes a little beggar appear, like a random beggar. The tower makes a shit ton of troll bombs appear. Strength gives you a bunch of stat boosts for the room. 2 of clubs, so there's a 2 for every kind of, for every type of like pickup. So clubs means bombs, spades means keys, diamonds means coins, and hearts means, of course, pubic hairs. But basically, there's not like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Jack, Queen, King, etc. Of every suit. There's only 2s and aces. The 2s will double the amount of that kind of collectible in your inventory. So I have 4 bombs right now. Use the 2 of clubs, it'll give me 8 bombs. Simple. And that's a good way to get to like max out your like coins and shit. Is with like 2 of diamonds cards. That's a good card. So I wish I could like see what else is on the floor. I think I already got the secret room. You know what, I'm just gonna pop the tower and see if it destroys this little devil beggar. Nope, it didn't do jack shit. Oh yeah, and the Joker card takes you to the devil room or the angel room, but I don't want to use it for that floor because I've already been there. So yeah, I'm gonna take strength and go roam about. In fact, Joker is completely useless because I have the goat head. Because it basically does the same thing. It just makes it so it's 100% likely for the devil room to be there. Like, and since it's already always there, you know, fuck it. Might as well just use it right here. It moved the door. It moved the door. So, I guess I should briefly talk about item pools. As long as I got this, like, dice shard or whatever. But, you may note that only certain items seem to be showing up. Like, sort of like evil-themed items. I guess you wouldn't really know, but this one's called Dark Matter, and it makes you fearful. Or it makes you have a fear shot and a little damage up. These are like evil-themed items. This is Guppy's Paw, which is... Guppy is Isaac's dead cat. You find various limbs of it throughout the game. Hold on. Oh, 9 items on my wish list are on sale. Guys, Steam sale's here. Is De Blob one of them? Hold the fucking phone. What was I talking about? Guppy's Paw? Hold on. What is this? Right in the woods. No, none of these are De Blob. None of these are De Blob. Eat ass. I don't think you can use strength to get a free item, actually. But basically, that's a spacebar item. These are all like, in Devil Room, they're like all evil themed items. In Angel Rooms, they're all like kind of vaguely holy themed items and stuff like that. I guess, no, I couldn't even get extra coins with strength. No more than I would already get. But, basically, different rooms and different, like, environments will give you different items. And, like, there's a list of items that's called a pool. We call them pools for whatever reason, that can show up in any given floor. And so there's, like, the Devil Room item pool, the Treasure Room item pool, shit like that. Yeah, I can't even remember, like, Amnesia... Literally, like, it throws into sharp relief how actually forgetful I am. Okay, we didn't do the secret room. Cool. Okay, so hitting these buttons does a random effect, too. If the doors are open and the button is still, like, hittable, that just means it can give you a random thing. That one gave me a donation machine. Okay, cool. Cool game. I'm gonna blow this guy up. Cool. Didn't give me jack shit. Yeah, so breakfasting, in short, is when a item pool runs out, and it will only generate the item breakfast, which is a really boring item that nobody wants. Okay, so I guess let's see if I'm right here. I think if I use strength and then go on this guy's wild ride, it will, oh, pill baby. Like, I think when I exit the room, I'll still only have 1 red heart of health. It'll just lower the amount of containers I have. Yeah. Maybe that's different for Devil Deals, but at least for the coin guy, it is like that. You can get breakfast just randomly. It's a pretty common item. It's in the boss item pool. This has been a long run. It's 52 minutes. I'm kind of surprised I haven't died from shit items. Okay, whoa. That heart almost got sucked over there. Random pill, full health. Okay, sure. So I don't have any keys to get in that door. Oh yeah, these guys, you can't kill them and they suck you towards them. Oh! Wow. I didn't know my own speed. So I'm gonna blow this up, just see if I get anything cool. Didn't get anything cool. I got tears down. And retrovision. Oh, great. That just impedes your view for a little bit. But basically, okay, when I picked up this dice shard, I'll show it again. If you hold control, you drop both your trinkets and your card, by the way. Or pill, or whatever. When I picked this up, it says D6 plus D20. That's a reference to some items that we haven't seen, at least in this stream yet. But basically what they do is the D6 in particular, eventually, when you beat the game enough times, Isaac will start off with the D6, which he didn't in this new game file because it's a new game file. But what it does is, if you're in a room with a pedestal item, and you use the D6, then it will change that item out for a different one, which is what we call re-rolling. And basically, it just gives you a new randomly generated item. Which is nice if you get a really shitty item, like, say, the SHOOP to WHOOP. So yeah. And the D6 is only one of several dice-themed items. The D20 is another one, and it re-rolls standard pickups, so things like hearts, bombs, keys, coins, etc. So this is the Infestation 2. I don't even remember the particular... All I know is it generates spiders in some way, shape, or form. There's a few different infestation items. Okay, yeah, when you destroy enemies, they give you a friendly spider. So the blue spiders are like attack spiders. Oh god, these guys jump, because they might as well. So you'll note that one was a different color. That was a challenge enemy, or a champion enemy, rather. And basically, they're just more difficult versions of normal enemies, except you'll note he dropped either this pill or battery, maybe both. Actually, I think they can only drop one thing, but they give special drops when you kill them, but they're slightly harder to kill. Kind of like that blue one that just died. So just randomly, and if you're playing the game on hard mode, it'll spawn those guys more often. And I think as the run progresses, it also spawns more of them more often. Okay. It's so nice to have my map back again. So in the meantime, since I dropped these, I have 2 different trinkets. We haven't seen any shiny rocks. Let's check this room. Kinda likely. No. Okay. We find a room that's just like completely chock full of rocks, then that can be the best way to test that out. So we got another I can see forever pill, which means again you can just see secret rooms. I kind of had a hunch it would be there. Fuck. Really wasn't much this room. Yeah, so friendly blue spiders and flies are a thing that you can get. We haven't got any friendly blue flies, but they do like roughly like double, or it's like 2.5 times the amount of damage that a normal tier does. Oh, here's Guppy's tail. Pretty cool curse room. Or yeah. So Guppy's tail, I think it's some tiny thing. It's some like stat boost. Something having to do with chests, if I remember correctly. I can never remember what Guppy's tail does. But the special thing about Guppy items is any item that's themed around Guppy, if you pick 3 of them up, any 3 of them, then you'll turn into Guppy, which is an amazing transformation, power-up, boost type thing. And that does include the spacebar item, you just have to pick it up. But I don't really think it was worth it in that double deal back there. These guys you can only hit on their sensitive brain area. That's why the fear shot is actually fucking amazing for them. Because because it just makes them turn around and show their weak spot. Yeah, I got another I Can See Forever pill. I'm actually having trouble remembering if the D20 rerolls trinkets. It might do that, but I'm gonna get everything in the same room here, all these like shitty pills, and I'm just gonna re-roll everything with the dice shard. Grants a 1 out of 3 chance of replacing a pickup with a normal chest or gold chest, but also a 1/3 chance to replace it with nothing at all. Brilliant. It's not a very exciting item, needless to say. Are there any other, like, questions, I guess? I don't know. Retrovision, oh, fuck. This is kind of tedious. I have a mod, normally when I have mods activated, I have a fast travel mod that would make this tedious, like, journey a lot less tedious. But, I don't have that activated right now because I just want to show the basics. I guess I could check out the shop right now and maybe potentially re-roll that as well, but fuck it. Sunk cost fallacy, I've already gone this far. Oh my god, there's like a million more cards and another dice shard. Eat ass. Also, those enemies are from like quite a bit later in the game. They turn invisible as they chase you. The Magician gives you seeking shots for 1 room, it's not very good. The Stars just teleports you to the treasure room, it's not very good. Power Pill, ugh. Joker, oh, these are all useless. And 2 of Hearts. So, 2 of Hearts sadly doesn't apply to Soul Hearts or Black Hearts. So, if it would do nothing if I used it right now. So I'm actually, fuck it. I know this is not optimal, but I'm going to re-roll everything. This is a fun trinket. That makes it so you don't get spacebar items, just ever. Kind of cool. If you really hate spacebar items, like I do. Where's the... Oh, I don't have the shiny rock trinket. So this is Depths 1, so I can fight the boss. On Depths 2, if you go into the boss room, that's where you fight Mom. If you go into the boss room, it will... Oh, I'll shoot to whoop you. Fuck you. It won't let you go back out again, unless you have like a teleport item. So be careful. By 1 room, do you mean does it stop when you leave? Yes. You don't get it again if you re-enter that room. That's a good question. I feel like a teacher. I feel like a teacher. Okay, this is not a phenomenal devil deal, but basically this item makes you fly. So let's show that off. Oh, Azazel. So I think that's from doing 3 devil deals in the same run, but we just unlocked the most noob-friendly character in the game, who I would heavily suggest if you find yourself struggling. This is a really funny trinket. Look at that fucking arc of the tears. Oh my god. Some of the worms are pretty extreme, and that's one of them. I'm gonna keep it, because I'm crazy. But now you'll note I fly over all these blocks, all these gaps, so I can get these coins now. Didn't even think about it. You can get this coin now too, without having to waste a couple fucking jisms. Am I a noob for playing Azazel? No, I play Azazel plenty, and I'm the most bestest player in the world. So I'm gonna keep these 2 trinkets. Dim Bulb is good, but I'm gonna re-roll it. So this is showing off, this is all just gonna be the effects of the D6, or the D20 rather. Fuck, this is not the D6. This is all just the D20 at work. Re-rolling all these random pickups into other random pickups. Tears up, I'll take it. Retrovision, literally I just want the floor to be clean. Clean! Oh, even if you're flying, you can't go through these guys for whatever reason. Doesn't really usually come up, and you can still go between them. Oh, it's super greed. So this is like the advanced form of greed. I got fucked over and I don't get a shop again. But I got a health up, so that's cool.
Health up.
So this is a pretty good floor. Oh yeah, also skulls are a similar, they're like a kind of rock. They show up in later floors and they can give you like cards and shit like that. I think they can give you trinkets too or something. Yeah, don't worry, I already directed people to platinumgod.co.uk. Double reminder there, it's like a radio show. That's 104.809. But somebody was asking, what happens if you just get shit items at the beginning? Either keep pressing on and hope for a miracle. I mean, I kind of got a miracle after having some shit starting items. I'm gonna go for the super secret room's probably what? Actually, the super secret room's gonna be in a really weird place. It's gonna be in a really weird place. I'm gonna take a couple wild random guesses. I don't think it could be over here. I don't know, man. It's usually like really far detached from other rooms, but it isn't always. It's not like guaranteed. Oh, did I find it already? Oh, it's over there. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoops. Whoops. Just goes to show. It's complicated. You tend to miss things in this game because there's a lot going on at any given time. Alright. So, this is the final floor, if you're on a new save file like I am. This is one of those double-locked rooms. Sometimes they just give you random bullshit. This is awful, but I have to say. Basically just 3 bad trinkets. They're not terrible, but they're just, I don't prefer them over my current trinkets. Okay, so there's another little familiar. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention, but the pill baby spawns pills every once in a while. That's creep. So if there are enemies that walk on the floor, they'll get damaged if they walk over that. But it goes away after a certain amount of time, and if you leave the room and come back. So it's really fucking bad. So yeah, there's no shame in resetting if you get a bad run right at the beginning. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eye. Ugh. My sleep pattern has been really weird, so my eyes are like, what is life? What is light? I can't detect light anymore. But if you hold R... Here, let me demonstrate. No. If you hold R for a few seconds, then your run will reset, and you can just get a new randomized run. If you're really feeling dejected about what RNG has given you in the past. So there I would have had to spend 2 keys on these like key blocks, which you also can't fly over. But I could just fly around them. So hee. T frickin' he. Health down. No, I don't want that. So spikes don't affect me now that I'm flying too, which is good. Because I have a tendency to walk on them. No, once you put donations into the donation machine, if you bomb it again, coins will come out of it, but you won't lose the unlocks if you go back, like, down past the unlock threshold. Once you unlock things, they're unlocked for good. Telepills, let's see what happens. Oh, I got teleported into the challenge room. So that's a thing that can happen, even though I have 2 red hearts. I'm in the super challenge room, which normally wouldn't be allowed. But it's allowed since I teleported in there, rather than walking in there naturally. Whoa! And you'll note it also did give me the option to walk out. Walk away, walk away, walk away. Okay, so here's Loki, kind of a later boss. Spawns these little bomb flies that fly around and they explode when they die. He's not too bad. And we got a single fucking coin and a health down for that. Amazing. Okay, so that that was briefly that was Gluttony, I believe, the mini boss, and he gave us this item which will give us a health up. But I'm actually going to save it because that's one of those items that not only gives you a health up but also refills your health, so we can use it to exploit something. I'm not sure what, but something. Oh, fuck that! So sometimes when you open a chest, there will be a smaller chest inside it. Oh yeah, this is a spiky chest. They hurt. Ouch. You know, I'm feeling like maybe I'll go to my completed save file and do a greed mode run. Because I'm feeling like I've already covered a lot of the basics. There's a lot of, like, little things. There's a lot of, like, special interactions. Like, the thing that you want to get in this game is, like, synergies. Cool synergies between items that really give you significant upgrades. That's what you're really looking for. Oh, here, perfect. This is something to exploit. It's not much, but it's something. So now, go out here. I might as well just grab the health up now, actually. So now, if I go over and pick up the beating heart item or whatever, then it'll give me extra health and also refill my health. I don't want that. No. I don't want that. I don't know if I'm going to explicitly go into, like, these things were in the original game, these things are in Rebirth, these things are in Afterbirth Plus. Yeah, sorry, that would just take fucking forever, and we already have the wiki for that, you know? Okay, wow, a single more heart. A single more heart. And then he would have given us this, which is kind of a poopy item. It makes it so when you touch enemies, they occasionally get poisoned. Or I think every time. That's another health down, right? No, explosive diarrhea. I don't have any keys this run. It's been a very key-free run. Okay, so that skull gave me a black heart, which is another thing they can do. Also, you'll note, this is a silly thing. So before I picked up that black heart, I had 3 red hearts and half of a soul heart. I picked up a black heart, now I have 3 red hearts, a full soul heart, and half of a black heart. They kind of roll over in that way. That's very slightly confusing. Let's check this for secret. Yeah, what do you fucking know? God damn it. Look at all this locked shit. I can't do anything because I don't have any keys. Eat a dick. Oh, eat a dick. See if this guy has anything. Have anything. Oh, that's awful. There's so many locked things on this floor and I don't have any keys. Health down. There it is. There's my hero. Okay, hey, here's the final boss. Wow. Oh, there's a tinted rock up there. So Mom stomps down with her foot and destroys rocks. So I'm actually gonna just get her to destroy this tinted rock for me and give me some health. So yeah, she spawns enemies and looks at you with her ugly peepers, and you have to hit the like fat that pokes through the wall. And this fight is about 1,000,000 times harder in OG Binding of Isaac. But here it's pretty easy.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve.
I guess let's see the ending cutscene.
Down on Isaac.
I don't know if we've ever seen this on a stream of mine.
My lord, I love you above all else. Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This.
So I guess, yeah, the plot of this game is sort of this dark modern retelling of the story of Isaac from Bible by Jesus.
Sending an angel down from above.
And it's about a crazed mom who thinks she hears God and wants to kill her son for religious reasons. But then Isaac prevails because a Bible falls on her head. But it also might all be Isaac's delusions, because then you get that little cutscene of real life. It's a little unclear. But yeah. And there's Edmund McMillan, God. The womb! Okay, so that's the next floor after you beat Mom. And I think I just unlocked a bunch of challenges. Spade! So So yeah, that was just on a save file that doesn't have any shit unlocked. Oh my god, I unlocked so much stuff. What the fuck? So we just unlocked a bunch of new bosses, just all sorts of shit. But now I'm gonna go over to my other file where I've unlocked tons of shit. Not absolutely everything, but a lot. Oh, also, you may notice there's an egg menu. I didn't know this for a really long time, but you can enable or disable Easter eggs. You have to, like, activate it in the debug menu. It's pretty silly, but we're not going to go into that right now. But that's the egg menu. So, yeah, this is my more completed save file. So you'll note there's greedier mode. We haven't even got into greed mode, but it's a different gameplay mode. Greedier mode is basically hard mode for greed mode. So these are all the different characters. It shows their stats. They start off with different amounts of like hearts and speed and damage and different items. And they all have their own specialties. Some of them are kind of joke characters, like this one. I won't go into the details of all of them. That's the sort of thing, just go to the Isaac Wiki if you're really curious. Azazel is the most noob-friendly one. Eden is a little special. Eden just gets random items. You get like 1 or 2 random items at the beginning and it randomizes your stats. And you get tokens when you defeat, I think defeating Mom or Mom's Heart, which, spoiler alert, is the boss in the womb before after Mom. Or after Depths 2. So, like I said, it's kind of complicated, but unlocking it over time makes it so it's a lot easier to absorb. All these characters have their own zany rules and items and shit, but I won't go into all of it right now. We're just gonna go to greed mode and play as Isaac. So yeah, this is greed mode. Greed mode is a lot less, like the floors are a lot less randomized. Like it's always gonna have the same layout where it's got 2 treasure rooms over to the side here. This one's gonna have a boss room item, so it's got the blue cap, which is pretty good. It made it so our tiers go slower, but we shoot them more rapidly, which is just a good upgrade. And it gave us a little HP up. But basically, this is a mode where it's based around getting money for the shop. So there's always going to be a shop at the top here. And if you hit that button in the center of the main room, it will start a wave of enemies attacking you. Oh, God. And let's just demonstrate it, I guess. So they show up, they start attacking. You get 2 coins for every wave of enemies. And there's a little, you'll note underneath the amount of keys that I have in the top right, or top left, whoa! Underneath the amount of keys that I have in the top left, there's a little 3 out of 10 there, and a coin next to it. That's the number of waves that we've done on this floor. This is basically like a more combat-oriented game mode. I might die, too. The first floor, getting your footholds in greed mode at the very beginning can sometimes be the hardest part of the run when you don't really have any items to help you out. But it has the same progression of floors as the normal game, except they're all going to be this rough same layout, and they do have secret rooms. And there's a curse room off to the side, and you can get devil deals. But it works slightly differently. Like, this mode is just a little bit different. There's not too much different to explain. One brief thing is the item pools are different. So, in greed mode, there's like not only is there normally just like a treasure room item pool, a devil room item pool, and such, there are entirely separate different ones for greed mode that aren't too different, but like the greed mode shop has like significantly different items from the normal shop. Greed mode shop has like, it's basically the normal shop item pool plus the treasure item pool. So we got through 8 out of the 10 waves. If we hit the button, we take half a heart of damage because it's got spikes on it, but it will stop the waves from coming. In the last 2 waves, it automatically gives you a pause beforehand without having to sacrifice damage, and it's just 2 bosses at the end. Oh yeah, and the progression of floors, okay, it's the same progression of floors, but it doesn't go basement 1, basement 2, caves 1, caves 2. It just does all of basement at once, which is why there's 2 bosses. All of caves at once, 2 bosses again, etc. Oh god. So this is a little tricky. I should just finish off the Duke of Flies, actually. So Duke of Flies just runs around and spawns enemies. Dingle spawns little poops and dashes at you. They're not too tricky. Dingle shoots 3 shots either after he does this little like smug smile look or after he whistles. He's got it's the same tell but for multiple different moves, which is kind of, it's the same, oh god. No, it's different tells for the same move, rather. Which is a little confusing, but whatever, we'll take it. I'm getting my dick knocked off. You may also notice, since this is a completed, or a save file with shit unlocked, Isaac started off with the D6, which is that item that I was talking about with re-rolling, which I've been honestly ignoring up till now. Okay, so we've beaten both of the bosses. If I were to hit this button again, it would spawn 2 bosses at once, and basically that would be my way to like fight for my chance to get a devil room. It guarantees you a devil room if you beat that wave, that like extra wave. But it's usually pretty tricky. So, there you go. It re-rolls the spacebar items that were right here. So I'm gonna take this. This is a good one. Range and tears up and it gives you some fucking hearts. Good shit. And like I said, learning what all the items do would take ages. So by a key going here, this is a good one. I'm gonna fight the devil room now, or fight the devil wave now. Oh, this is easy. Lust and pin. Fucking give me a break. Fucking give me a little break. So this explosivo item that I got made it so I shoot potentially explosive shots that also can set enemies on fire. There's a lot of RNG involved, but it's cool. I kind of want to get both of these. I'm gonna get both of these. So, Maw the Void, you'll notice there's a little circular charge thing around me. It makes it so that when I am fully charged there, it shoots out this like circular black beam. And it damages enemies, and it gives, when they die from it, it gives them a chance to drop a black heart. Oh, god damn it. So pretty good. And then the other one makes it so that I just get a damage up, and it also, you'll note that it took what few red heart containers I had. I actually wasn't looking, but it replaced it with a bunch of black hearts, and it would do that even, so if I had taken those in the other order, it would have been like, I would have like lost 2 hearts in the process, or I would have like wasted 2 heart containers in the process, or 2 black hearts, but whatever. There's a certain order where you want to take those in that makes it more optimal in terms of your heart usage, but I think that's it for this floor. But yeah. This is Greed mode, and the final boss is Ultra Greed, and he's a real piece of shit. Okay, another tears and shot speed up. So I think I'll just do this run, and then that'll be it for the basic tutorial. Let me know, hit me with the questions. I'm kind of like running out of things to say. So here's a secret room with a dank fucking item. This makes it so that my items, or my tiers, start out huge and then get small over time, so when you're really close, it does a lot of damage. I'm gonna hit this button. Okay, it was just a bomb. Oh, it's a couple bombs. Oh, blow up the shopkeeper. Blow up the shopkeeper, fuck! I only blew up that vase and it gave me a coin. I could have done that way more betterer. Oh, this is Lil Hush. I don't even remember what he does. Bounces around, probably damages enemies. Okay. Yeah, I did briefly cover secret rooms. It's different in greed mode too. Like, I think there's only one secret room per floor in greed mode, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But I think there's only one secret room per floor on greed mode, and it kind of just can be anywhere. It can even be connected to the exit room that you don't unlock until you've beaten all the waves. Yeah, I guess I could talk about special shopkeepers. That's another thing that you actually have to unlock, weirdly enough. But you'll note that in the shop, I had a shopkeeper that had coins over his eyes. Those guys have a higher chance to drop greed-related items as well as coins, like nickels and such. So I don't have a bomb right now, but if I were to want, if I did have one, I would want to put a bomb right in the center here and get both of them. In fact, I'm going to use this. So this is a reroll machine. It's very similar to the D6, except shop reroll machines reroll the entire shop. Kind of want a bomb just to demonstrate this. You know what, I'm going to take this. This one's kind of fun. It makes it so that champion enemies show up more often, but you also get a damage up. Which is, I mean, technically, a strictly speaking, solid upgrade, but not if you're looking for extra challenge. Fuck. What's up with the stat caps? There are stat caps. I'm maxed out on tiers right now, I believe. But that's just about it. There are caps to certain stats to keep you from getting completely broken. I don't think there's a cap to like damage and such, as we've seen before. Oh yeah, luck. So the little clover over here on my stat screen. I haven't talked about luck at all. Thank you, chat. So it doesn't actually, like, a lot of people, like, when they get a good item, they're like, oh, there's that, like, my good luck stat coming in clutch. It's not always the case. Having luck does somewhat affect the pedestal items that you get, but not to, like, an insane degree. I think it only has an effect on, like, the super special items or whatever. That's a little complicated. I won't get into that. But basically, there are certain things in the game that have, like, chances to happen, you know? Like, I'm trying to think, what's a good example? Like, my flame tears have, like, a chance to set an enemy on fire or a chance to explode. And some things are affected by the luck stat, and some things aren't affected by the luck stat. Drop rates are improved by the luck stat, but a lot of other things, like, I think even devil deal chances and shit aren't actually improved by the luck stat. But, yeah, basically, oh, I'm so fast. I'm fast as fuck, boy! But, yeah, essentially, oh, I actually forget what I was talking about. Essentially nothing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna buy a key. There's a blank card in here, which is a good item. There's also a free battery boy if I can get over those rocks. Oh, this is a shit item. I'm gonna re-roll it. I don't even care. Go look up Cursed Eye if you want to learn about a poopy item. So I got halitosis, which makes it so there's another little, like, cloud of shit around me when I fire tears. Because, you know, I didn't have enough of those already. So I'm pretty OP right now. Honestly, unlocking more items just, like, for the most part, sometimes you unlock a shitty item. But for the most part, good voice crack, right? For the most part, unlocking more items just makes the game more beatable, to be honest. So if you're starting off playing and you're, like, dying a lot, don't get discouraged. I also died a shit ton when I started off playing. It's just, like, you gotta get a hang for the controls and, like, the mechanics of the game, and then you'll get lots of wins! And then you can watch Grayfruit's Guide to Getting Broken in the Binding of Isaac. This is the bloat. He's the worst boss in the game. Boss is a pain in the ass. Don't be anywhere but above them if you can. That's my short and sweet advice for bloat. But sometimes that's not always possible. So sometimes life just fucks you. That's the moral of the bloat. If I were to take either of these devil deals, it would kill me because it would take all my heart containers. So I think I'm gonna ditch the D6 and get the blank card instead, just because I like it. I like this item. It's kind of a waste of a D6, but whatever. We're just fucking around now. We're just having a good old time. I guess I could talk about, well, I'll talk about mods in like the full guide video. So, any other questions? Oh yeah, so we're in the womb now. This is the floor after, like, normally if you, like, beat Mom on that other save file, after we had, like, unlocked it, you would go to a floor that looks like this. Yeah, basically the thing with the bloat is he shoots out these massive blood lasers that, basically have no they have a very, very brief telegraph animation. Really, they are, they're really hard to avoid, and the only way to see them coming is just seeing that you are underneath or to the side of bloat, you know? Charges do not travel between items, no. So if I picked up, say, this jar of flies, which is a spacebar item, actually that's kind of a special spacebar item, but let's just pretend it's a normal one. If I used up all the charge on the blank card and then picked up another spacebar item, that spacebar item would have full charge, but the blank card couldn't get charge back from the other item being charged, if that makes any sense. Oh, you think I gotta talk about tier height? Alright, let's talk about tier height. There's a hidden stat. I don't know about other hidden stats, but there's a stat that is how high off the ground your tiers are. Sometimes if your tiers go over certain enemies, that's what's happening. I'm struggling to think of situations where tier height matters, honestly. I'm in kind of a bad way right now. I'm going to try to use Maw of the Void to get more black hearts, and it's not really working out. It's really not doing a lot. I think it might be something to do with they have to die to, like, the poison from it specifically, rather than just the maw itself. Oh yeah, I guess it also affects your range a little bit. But, like, not a huge amount. Yeah, it affects Ipecac. Ipecac is a weird item that goes in an arc in the air, so tier height does affect it weirdly. Also, these guys, if you're shooting them, they'll never come out of their shells. So you have to wait, you have to stop shooting and wait for them to come out. I'm at 1 heart here. Not feeling too great. But this is a meme run. I might not even live. I'm just looking for a card, honestly. Yeah, there we go. High Priestess, fuck off. Okay, so she'll actually destroy one of these shopkeepers, though. You saw she auto-seeks them. Hanged Man, god damn it. I can at least use the Hanged Man to get that battery item, right? No, that was a different floor. Fuck. That was the last floor. Hierophant's good, but I'm not going to use the blank card with it. Counterintuitively, I know. So I got another Hierophant! Okay. Let's do that. The sun fully heals you, but since I don't have any red heart containers, it's not great. But it also reveals the entire map, and I think it removes curses. I haven't talked about curses. Every once in a while, especially more often when you're playing on hard mode, you will get these random things that are called curses, and basically it just means, like, the room will be darker, or you won't be able to see pedestal items properly, and shit like that. Or, like, the floor will be, like, twice as large, and will be 2 floors merged into 1. There's a full list of them on the Platinum God website, and, like, or actually, I think just on the wiki, not on Platinum God. But, they suck. I hate curses. They're basically just a random chance for the game to just go, hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you, asshole. Have less fun with the game, arbitrarily. There's actually a mod that disables curses, and I feel nothing. I feel no twinge of regret with using that mod, because curses are so stupid. Zuck. So this boss, Skolex, you can only hit the little squidgy, like, sphincter on its tail, which is a little annoying, because sometimes it does a move where it doesn't show its tail over and over again. This bone book is hard to explain, and the zombie baby's not that good. Yeah, this game is on console. It's on Switch, I believe, and 3DS, and probably other consoles as well. I don't know. I've never played it on console, but I assume it's probably fine. I don't know. Also, rules card is awful. It just gives you a camo kid. I think that's a seed that you can do that does something goofy. It just gives you a little, like, line of, like, random bullshit. I like it on PC, but more power to you if you want to do it, like, portably on Switch or whatever. Fuck, look at that. Both of those buttons spawned enemies. That is not what you want. Oh, there we go. Finally got some black hearts from Maw the Void. Took you long enough. Mods are PC exclusive, apparently. According to chat, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Okay, speedball. I'm gonna be even fucking faster because I needed more speed in this weird run. Can't fly yet. So this one's on sale. I haven't really talked about sales, but occasionally items will be slightly cheaper in the shop. If you buy another item, the item that replaces it will still be on sale. Or actually, that's only in Greed mode. Greed mode has this thing called Restock, which you'll see, it's the two turquoise arrows that my character's looking at right now, off the right side of the screen. It makes it so when you buy items in the shop, they are replaced by another item, which normally doesn't happen in normal shops in, like, standard Isaac. Oh, this is a great item. Now my range is going to be even worse. So, I guess we couldn't even really tell, but normally it turns your tears yellow and makes Isaac have, like, a happy, like, pleased expression, like he's taking a piss. Oh, I didn't even remember I have the Hanged Man card. So yeah, I can fly over to get that thing when I'm done here. In fact, fuck it. I'm just gonna hurt myself here. Use the fucking, like, blank card to get that. So the Hanged Man makes you fly for one room. Hooray, we got a single coin. Look at that. Look at the absolute destruction going on. I love Isaac's animation of his mouth opening up. I don't care about any of these items. These are boring items. Oh yeah, a lot of bosses that show up later in the game are like posthumous versions of bosses that you see in early floors. So that one's a posthumous, like a dead version of Widow, which is a boss that you see earlier on. That one's honestly not that much harder. We also just saw one of the Headless Horsemen, which was one of the bosses that I unlocked. We saw their silhouettes at the end of that last run in normal mode on my other save file. He did. If I took any of these, I would die. I forget which one this is. There are several shadow items. One of them gives you an extra life as a different character. I don't really care about doing that. Might as well grab this while it's on sale. Okay. Oh, good. I had my hand off the fire button. Sometimes this exit room can have enemies in it. Oh yeah, if you have the flying status effect, thank you, Chad. I forgot to talk about this too. If you're flying, if you go into one of these rooms with the spikes around the door, you will you'll take damage when coming out of the room, but not when going in. Just something to keep in mind. Also, randomly, pits to the next floor can appear, but they're usually not that great to get, to be honest. They're like not that terribly useful. Crank this out. So you'll note I have a curse on this floor where I can't see how much health I have. Isn't that fun? Isn't that improving everyone's gaming experience? So these guys won't attack and become vulnerable until I stop shooting at them. I got blindsided by those spikes, and now I may die. Oh god. These explosions from my explosivo shot are like huge too. Oh god, whoa! Thank god, look at all these. These enemies that have multiple segments, when you get them with something that makes them have like a drop chance, like the Maw of the Void with black hearts, you can get a fuck ton of drops from them. Okay. As demonstrated there. Oh, see those explosions keep... I mean, that one I was pretty close, but keep hurting me. Hurting me in bad ways. I don't like this hurt. So this guy throws his little fucking, like, rocking horse around the room. Not too bad. That guy can actually slow you down. He, like, has a spacebar item that he can use, which is kind of funny. But, it usually doesn't do much. Oh. Why is there a battery on here? Whoa, where did that come from? Not sure where that battery came from, but okay. Oh, here's something. Just a tiny little thing. You can push chests around, and these ones are stone chests, so you need a bomb to get inside them. If I push it over here, to where the shopkeepers are, though, I can use a bomb more efficiently by also blowing up the shopkeepers, which might give me nothing. Yeah, it gave me spiders. Spiders and a matchstick for all that, but the basic principle is still there. Whoa! So yeah, I'll go into broken item combinations and synergies and such in the actual video, but this basic tutorial is drawing to a close. If you got any more questions, chat, let them out now. Otherwise, again, platinumgod.co.uk as well as the Isaac Wiki are very, very helpful. Oh, these are runes! These are basically the same as cards. You unlock these for doing specific challenges. Is this a Yara? Oh my god, it's a Yara. So I'm just gonna pop the Hanged Man. Algiz is good, but I'm not gonna be able to bring it with me, because you can only carry one at a time, but it basically just gives you a shield for a while. It's amazing. But Yara doubles things. Actually, I'm not gonna be able to use it properly here, though. Fuck! Because I'm on the last floor. It's not really gonna work out well, but, you know, check this out. Just double everything casually. Oh, wait. Actually, no, that battery is gonna make it possible to cheese this. Yo! The one battery that's here is gonna make that possible. So, you see I'm doubling everything over and over and over again. This is a very basic type of game break where you just get a bajillion of everything. That's a good voice crack, too. So I think pretty soon we're going to hit item limit on screen, and sadly all these hearts are going to make it really difficult to continue to do this. Oh, yeah, the battery just despawned because we hit pickup limit on screen, sadly. But this is a little taste of stuff that you can do. Oh, in fact, it despawned the shop. It despawned the shop because it hit item limit. That can happen. So that's why you don't want to do that shit in this room. Preferably, I would have re-rolled the shop until there was a battery in it. And then I would have got a single coin, or like a few coins out on the floor out here, multiply them, go back in here, buy a battery for 5 cents to have it replaced by another battery, because it's greed mode, and then go out and repeat. But here, since there are all these hearts that we can't get rid of, it's going to fuck up the game. So it despawned the shop, which is a thing that can happen. So, word to the wise, don't do that. I could have also cloned this chest, and thus also both these pills, but they weren't great. Okay, and now this last floor is just the final boss. So it has this first room. The last floor will always have this first room with just like a couple of mini bosses or like a monstro or something in it. I'm not sure why that's there, but it's just there. And then Ultra Greed. So this boss, along with two other bosses in the game that we haven't even seen this stream. They're called Hush and Delirium. Oh shit! I died. I didn't realize I was at 1 heart. Oh no! All right, well that's the run. I guess you'll have to beat him on your own. Fuck. Well, alright. That's the classic greed experience. Die to super greed, or ultra greed. But, so, yeah, that was the tutorial, I guess. Jeez. That was a little easier than I thought it would be. But I guess this is what it looks like when you die. I'm just tutorializing it, guys. God, I don't know why you're saying F. I just want to show the good people at home the death screen, intentionally, I assure you. Alright, well, this has been fun. But yeah, it'll show you, this death screen will show all the items that you had, or at least some of them. And it'll show the thing that killed you. Basically, this is the final boss of this mode, though. All there is to greedier mode is it has like an altered version of that final boss where he has like an extra phase, and it's extra bullshit, and also the game gives you less coins, which is, I hate greedier mode. I think it's just straight up less fun, but it's there. It exists. And then hard, like I said, gives you more champion enemies and curses, which is fun. And just let's do a brief overview. You may notice there's this like bloody page with all these symbols on it. Those are all the endings of the game that I've got. So I've got every ending with every character, which unlocks a shit ton of items. But normally, like, if you would only beat, say, like, Mom's heart, then only the heart would show up at the top left corner of that page and shit like that. The blood is to indicate that all of those things were done on hard mode as well. If they were on normal mode, they'd just be gray. Like me. So, yeah, that is the basics. That is the absolute basics of Isaac, and like I said, platinumgod.co.uk is an amazing resource. The Isaac Wiki is an amazing resource. Go watch like Northern Lion or some shit. I don't know if you want more clarification. But yeah, that was the guide. That was like the basic tutorial. So I'll link this in my actual like guide video. The actual guide video probably won't come out for maybe a couple weeks still. I'm working on Scoop 3 right now, so that's taking up a lot of my time. But thank you for watching, guys. This has been fun. Happy bindings.